Welcome back to HBCU, the show, the channel, the podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, good rising good people, Bobby K, and my fellow co-host.
Yes, sir. Hashim the Dream. You already know what it is. And our editor.
Yes.
Oh, is it order?
Wale, not Wales.
Yeah, and our guest.
And we have a special guest.
Who's sipping on wine. She tipsy, y'all. Be careful.
I wish I was only one who was sipping on wine, but this is my vibe.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Okay. My name is Tiana. What do y'all want to know about me?
Just give the people a little backdrop, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right now, I'm 25. I'm a Scorpio. I don't know if y'all care about that, but I'm a Scorpio.
Shout out to the Scorpios.
I like art. I like music.
Oh.
I like the gym.
Shout out to the art people.
I work in the lab.
The lab.
Describe that.
That's not that could be a lot of different things you gotta go.
Okay. Okay. So I work in the pathology lab. So say you go in there and get your gallbladder. I like to use this example. If you go in there and you have to get your appendix removed or your gallbladder removed, I will get all that information. I would even get that body part, your body part in a jar, and it comes to me. So I will be able to see it like, wow, this is wild. Like, this is his gallbladder.
Yes.
This is how it looks, right?
Damn.
And I process it. I give it a case number, and they evaluate it further on. I don't really know the whole process of like what the doctors are really like. I don't really know that. I mean, I just know that they evaluate it for other underlying conditions. So they do that for like uteruses, breasts, like any type of body part you get removed in the OR, like surgery wise, it gets sent to us. So it's a lot because there's like over 100 surgeries per day.
Damn.
And I work every day except for weekend. So.
Yeah.
And what is one of your goals in life? Like your top two?
Oh God.
Ooh, I got a lot of goals. Okay, so one of them is to be a psychiatric nurse. I want to work with kids though. So I want to be a pediatric psychiatric nurse.
The little babies.
Huh?
The little babies. You want to work with the little babies?
Babies, mainly adolescent, like the upcoming years of growth. Like I want to get in there to help them be better. Because that stage is very sensitive. Like we got to help them when they in that sensitive, like vulnerable age. So I want to help them be better people so that they won't grow up becoming misguided. And that's one of them. And a second goal, damn, that's really okay. So a second goal is really like to have my own business. Like I want multiple business. Like I want like an art business. I want a food business. I just want.
You want all.
You just want your
anything I like. I want to have a business for it.
We feel you.
Yeah. So anything I want to do, anything I like, I want a business for it. So.
That is a great goal, and especially art business too. Goals, yes, multiple. Especially with the art business, because obviously that is very precious thing that people invest in, and I want to be an art collector when I get older too. So that's definitely dope. And that kind of ties in a little bit to our topic for today for this episode. You guys see it. It is basically about do men, specifically Black men, care about mental health? Now, we kind of, Hashim and I did like an episode on this briefly before, but we're going to kind of, repackage it a little bit more now that we have Wale and our lovely special guest, Tiana. So you talked about, for example, Tiana, how you wanted to be like a psychiatric nurse for kids. From your perspective, like, I don't know, do you have any brothers, first off?
Well, I have an older brother. I only have one brother. I only have one sibling. So,
okay.
But I have a little nephew, and I have a wide range of family members that are young. So I kind of know how to deal with kids already. And plus I tutor on the side. So like I deal with kids like all the time.
Right.
So I kind of know how they behave and their function and how they like develop as they grow
Mm-hmm.
and what ages are really like sensitive, like because kids really absorb things so quick.
Mhm.
Sponges.
So that's why I feel like with men, like with childhood trauma,
Mhm.
like they don't really take care of the men when they're young. It's
Mm.
always about like taking care of the girls, making sure they're good, but like the men have to just like break the lead, like right on, like
Mm-hmm.
it's always about housework with the men. So like that's why I feel like men grow up to be less vulnerable and that affects their relationships
I
with
agree.
women.
Yeah,
But
but I feel like they're brought up. But I'm gonna first like say good points. I agree. It's not a rebuttal or anything. I'll just bring up another point.
I mean,
Nah,
Uh,
talk your shit. Don't.
Nah, because
talk your
I
shit.
know these
rebuttal.
instigators
I
here.
can rebuttal back.
Nah,
too.
I know these
Instigator.
instigators.
What?
When you
That's,
I
put your
like to
glasses
ar- I
on,
like
that's
to
Bobby.
argue.
That's all
instigators.
Bobby. No, that's
And
Bobby. Don't do
Bobby
that shit.
chatted. But I say,
What's
let
on
me
me?
finish. Let me finish. I say like the guys are brought up in a certain way because that's how, at least like from parents' perspective, that's how they're gonna want them to treat other people in the future. So if a woman's not gonna want like a super sensitive guy most of the time. This is just from my perspective. A super sensitive guy all the time that's crying because that's not somebody that could protect them and make them feel comfortable in their own skin.
I also think it starts young in terms of like, even like when you hear certain people when they talk about like becoming parents either currently or in the future, they kind of mention like how like raising a daughter might be harder, but like it seems like it's more protection over their daughter's feelings, making sure like their dealings with like future men, whether it's a boyfriend or as a teenager or as an adult or a future husband, again, their blessing from their parents type of thing. Whereas sometimes for a son, or oftentimes for a son, especially a black son, it's kind of like, he'll be all right.
Especially
He'll
a
figure it out.
Caribbean
If he gets
son.
his heart broken or if something happens or whatever, he'll kind
He'll
of
get
deal
over
with
it. He'll man up.
Exactly, man up.
Yeah.
Like, why you still mad over this girl? Like, bro, the breakup was like a couple weeks ago. Like, nigga, get over it. Whereas if it's a daughter or like a niece or somebody like that, it's more of like, oh, let's console you. Let's make you feel better about, this traumatic experience of a heartbreak, for example.
But like
You get what I'm saying?
nowadays, like women are told to just get over it though.
For real?
No.
Like,
I
no.
don't agree with that.
Nowadays, no.
Growing up,
No. Well, okay. Well, I mean, not growing up, but like nowadays in reality, like in this generation, we're told to kind of just like forget F him, like girl, like
Okay,
go
that I
out
see.
and
on to
That
the
I
next.
see.
From your friends, yes. From your peers,
from your
not
parents
from.
too, like the parents that you
Mm.
actually you have a relationship with that you can actually like give you advice. They kind of tell you to like, okay, like my mom, for example, like she would tell me like, oh, like just calm down, relax, and just focus on you. But we're kind of not really told to just like, okay, cry it out, like sit there in your feelings, like don't always repress your emotions.
Do you feel that in the case of this, is it because of the Caribbean descent? Is that why? Because you mentioned it before.
Yeah,
That matters.
yeah. Because I have a Guyanese mother and I have a Jamaican father, so
Hashim's Jamaican, so he relates.
his advice compared to her advice, like he'll be like, "Don't worry about these men. Don't." It's very just passive. I'm just like, okay, Dad. Like, what are you telling me?
But at the same time, it could be right because
It's right, but it's like
Oh wow.
you're not really like kind of being that empathetic because it's like, say, okay, say you tell Wale like advice about a girl. You would expect, okay, you wouldn't expect him to take it, but you would know the correct advice to tell him about a girl. But can you take his advice that you're telling him?
Could I take his advice?
Can you take the same advice that you're telling him?
Oh,
You should be.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be.
you should be able to.
Oh, it's not like that.
all advice
Well-
has a little disclaimer at the end too. So
Right. That's about to say. If you watch,
We
that
never
episode
take the
before,
advice. We never take the advice that we give. I'm telling you.
I don't
Like,
think that I don't think that applies to everybody. Like, for example, like if I can't speak, I'm not going to speak for Hashim, but for me, if Wale came up to me, because we've had plenty of conversations about different dating situations or whatever, different girls, and if he was to come up to me and ask me, "Oh, this is what happened," blah blah blah. What do you think about it? Blah blah blah. Or what would you do in this situation? Blah blah blah. I would tell him, okay, well, from my perspective, what I would do, especially if I've been in that experience, is blah blah blah. But I would also say what Hashim just said, disclaimer, it's up to you though, because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, your experience and my experience, even if it's similar, you might have a different perspective on it or different history that you might not be disclosing to me or whatever the case. So it's up to him at that point to take the advice. I just want to, at that point, it's more important for me to be a vessel to try to help him make the best decision.
But Bobby, you're thinking as you're a reasonable person. A lot of people in our generation aren't reasonable people.
yeah,
But that's part of the problem. But that's part of the thing. I think that's the conversation we're having right now is like, where is that stem from? From a mental aspect, especially from a man perspective, because it's
everyone wants their own way.
That's one. Number two,
Like,
social media. It's an easy echo chamber. People will follow and gravitate to what they agree with. That's why all y'all seen me at some point. At one side is bitching about the other side. The other side is bitching about the other. And I'm saying, hey, yo, y'all all sound retarded as fuck.
I agree.
Y'all
whoa. Watch the language.
Oh, we
Y'all
can't
all sound crazy. Y'all all sound
Nah,
crazy.
you could.
So, I'm sorry. You all sound crazy. Please refrain from being crazy.
I feel like we like to, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm dealing with somebody, I kind of do point the finger because I'm like, you caused me to react.
That's not
helpful. That
That's not helpful.
Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, Bobby was about to say, I was saying, Tia, keep going.
Okay. So I feel like in relationships, we point the finger instead of taking self accountability for what we need to work on, what I need to work on, and what you need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel that?
That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
Ooh.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think that the older you get, and we've said this, I feel like we said this a couple times on different episodes, but the older you get, you have to start to understand, like, if you've been in multiple dating situations or multiple relationships with people, I mean, it's different types of people that you deal with. And it's the same type of outcome, which is y'all break off, y'all don't have contact, y'all not fucking with each other no more, blah, blah, blah. At some point, at a certain age, like, you gotta be like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm tripping. You know, like, is it just me or do you?
But it's not necessarily like what they're doing is bad. It could just be like they're picking the same person, and that goes for both guys and girls.
That's bad decision making, though,
right there. Yeah. Right. Say it again for the people.
We keep going for the type. Maybe that type is not your type for real. Like,
yeah. Say it again for the people.
Switch it up.
But it's hard to attract
stop picking that rotten apple and go for the damn orange.
It's hard though. It's hard. You know it's hard.
What's hard?
What's hard?
Your type is what you're attracted to. Your type is.
Then you have to look at all right. So I hate this. I hate this meme. But red flags. Some people take it to the extreme, like saying, "Oh, they see one like an ounce of it, and it's like, oh, nope, done." You barely know the person. But you gotta really
like that though. I used to be like.
Yeah, you gotta really. The whole point of the thing is it's an interview. We all said before, it's an interview. You see how that person is in different spaces, you see in life with you. If they don't meet a certain satisfaction for you, you best cut and go. Mm-hmm. If they do you dirty, and here's another thing that needs to stop. What do you call this? When someone's clearly getting cheated on, and then next lo and behold, they still go back to that person. Why are you still doing that?
But that's what I was trying to get at earlier. Like, you telling your bro, like, yo, bro, she's not really like, she's not good for you. But he may not know other aspects of the relationship that maybe you you played a part in it, and maybe
Yeah.
we don't know the full story. There's two sides of the story in a relationship.
Of course,
They're
of
seeing
course.
a
That's
different
why.
perspective.
Their bro could be telling you his side, and now you're looking at the girl like, oh damn, like she's not good, she's not valid, she's not good for you.
Bobby.
Go for it.
I have a question for everyone to answer. So at what age or what experience did you have where you really had to self-reflect and look at yourself and be like, nah, either I'm too immature right now, or I need to like figure some shit out when it comes to like my decisions. Like, because I feel like everyone gets to that certain age or experience where that like kind of like it triggers like, okay, something is off with like who I'm picking, what I'm doing, what environment I'm in, blah, blah, blah. What age or what experience did all of you guys experience that? Hashim, you could go first.
I don't think I make bad decisions in general.
Oh
in
my
life.
God, bro.
I feel like there's no age. Like you learn as you grow. Like there's no age where you're like, okay. I think I had a breakthrough at probably like 20 years old where I realized like, okay, like this is something I keep doing, but there's some things that I keep.
What you kept doing? What did you keep doing?
I kind of do one things my way. So I kind of don't really say, okay, I see your side. I act like I do, but low key, I'm just like, but I'm not happy about it. So I kind of am controlling in a way where I wanted things to be in the middle where we both see eye to eye, but if I'm not happy with the outcome, I'm just not gonna fuck with it. Like,
That's fine that you know what you do, so you know.
So it's
Awareness.
like I never really see the middle ground because it's just like I don't agree, and if you don't agree, how are we gonna like fit the puzzle pieces?
So it sounds like you have an issue with compromising. Okay.
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that is definitely a struggle, but like I said, like if you want to be realistic about trying to like be with someone or just be in the better situations, like you have to at some point compromise and realize like.
But there's things that I can compromise. Like there's things that I can compromise, but there's certain things that I can't, and then when I can't, it's just like, oh shit.
I mean, but everybody has stuff that they shouldn't compromise on. Like that's standards at a point, you know.
Yeah, so that's part of like boundaries and like what you won't accept.
Boundaries.
So it doesn't sound like you have a problem with compromising. It probably is just a matter. Are we talking about relationships or just in general?
This is the kind of relationship.
Okay, so I think that at that point it's a matter of what are the kind of people you're seeing in that space? Because they could be messing up your idea of compromising because they don't meet a lot of your standards.
But hold on. Wait. No, I see what you're saying, Wale. But also, she also has to look at what her standards are.
Oh no, yeah, I know that. I'm saying, who are you picking now? Who are you picking now to put yourself in that space where you have to? Okay, I'm picking this person. Now my standards of compromising come with it. And if you're picking someone that's clearly not like at least more than half of that shit, you got to go. You gotta reflect on why you picked this person.
You guys ever question? Have you guys ever dealt with a girl who was like emotionally like reactive?
Yes.
How did y'all deal with it?
Get ghost.
I'm going ghost.
Bro, I be telling y'all. I've told y'all since episode 1. Hashim is the toxic one. Why did you ghost them, bro? Why did you ghost them?
It depends on what you meant by like reactive.
Okay. Not like.
Give me an example.
Not like fuck you, like more like okay, I'm upset right now and like I'm heated in the moment, and I'm not really, I'm not being logical about the situation. I'm kind of just using just full blown emotion.
Okay,
but that's a female thing.
Like an episode we just did.
Give time. Like you give them space to be like, I don't think I'm in the right headspace, and
I get it.
not.
I get
so I'm glad
you brought this up.
Step back.
I'm glad you brought this exact situation though, because I just said it last episode when I was dealing with somebody who legit was not seeing the big picture with me. I'm trying to like really talk this shit out. And at some point, she brought up things that made me start to see red. And I'm like, all right, if I keep this going, bad things are gonna come out of my mouth. Feelings will get hurt, and then I'm gonna
y'all
regret
all
it.
like that. That's crazy.
So then I said, all right, listen, I need to stop. I need to take a moment and go for a walk. She had a problem with that even. So I'm like, oh, so I can't even do something logical. You're gonna think you think I'm just walking away from you or something totally. Okay, all
it's
right.
true though. It's true.
Hey, would
Some
you
women
rather
don't take some women take space as rejection. Like, how do I know if this man gonna like
See, that's the problem right there, though, because like to go back to your question, like for me, it's like
wait, Bobby,
I'm
wait, I'm
naturally-
sorry. Wait, hold on. I just had to hold on.
you had an epiphany.
No, I just that was a big
This
pause.
nigga
moment
said,
for
"Hold
me,
on,"
like,
and then stop still.
That
You gotta
boy, that
go,
boy
bro.
stuck.
it was that's why it got me stuck. I'm like that concept of that. Go ahead, Bobby.
No, because like to go back to no, hold on. So for me, like I try not to be a reactionary person. I try to look at things from a logical perspective, even in the heat of a moment with specifically a female or whatever. So even previously, like in dating situations, like I would try not to be in a space to where I feel the need of, like Wale said, to like say something to just hurt someone's feelings, because like I don't want no one to try to say something that they think is gonna hurt my feelings. But like if we can have a regular conversation, then we're just not gonna have one, because it's like I can't do the back and forth yelling. I can't do the like, because it's not productive. So yeah, if I need to walk away from the situation or not talk to you for the time being, that's the best situation for both parties involved. So the fact that you just said that, like, oh well, if you walk away, then it's kind of like a sense of rejection. It's like we deal with rejection all the time.
So wait, so no, hold on. It's to the flip side of that. It's also the matter of how you're communicating that space. If you're saying, "Oh, get out my face," walk away. That's
what
different.
I mean.
Yeah.
That's not
I don't
communication.
do that.
Wait, that's
sorry.
that's not communication though. If I'm telling you, look, listen, emotions are high, and I'm not feeling this conversation right now. Can I take a moment, like 30 minutes, just to myself, and we come back to this? I'm telling you, I want to have this conversation again. But if you're talking about guys who just like, oh no, get out my face, but then that's completely different.
No, what if you just like don't say anything? You just like
So just
I've done that sometimes.
Yeah.
like it kind of comes off as ghosting the girl.
I mean, it's
Hashim type beat.
no.
But really,
Yeah,
you're not
no.
ghosting her. You're kind of just like you.
Yeah,
in a way, y'all want her to read your mind. Like, okay, like just know I need my space right now.
I feel like that's bad communication on
It is.
the guy's part for sure. It's also read body language, you know? We're supposed to read body language. You read body language. If I'm just dead silent, you know, something's wrong. Also, I think we should also incorporate friendships as well in this conversation, not just relationships.
Yeah.
Because like I think there's a different dynamic of what you like arguing with your friend. And there's times when you're not Bobby on the basketball court, for example. I've seen him go back and forth with people. And he didn't.
Wait, whoa.
Right? Myself included.
Whoa.
He calling you out.
Time out.
I haven't seen Wale or yourself
Time out. Wait. First of all, that's a competitive aspect. Okay, that's not me in real life. I don't.
No, Bobby. Even if when we have an arguments or disagreements,
it's not but bro. It's not an argument. We're having sports debates. We're not arguing. That's another.
Now tell Bobby by himself. Yeah.
No.
I'm the same way. So I'm not even targeting you. I'm saying
I need to clarify it because people are going to see what you're saying and be like, "Oh my God, no."
I use myself as an example.
Let me clarify what you're saying. There's a difference between debating and arguing. Those are not the two same things. For example, if me and Hashim are debating, we're talking about sports, you know what I'm saying? Oh, something basketball related, blah, blah, blah. He watches soccer. That's a debate. It's a healthy discussion
it can lead to
that
an argument,
we might be passionate about. An argument is if me and him are yelling back and forth about something one of us did. That's not
You
the
don't have to
same
be
thing.
yelling to be arguing.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that.
So y'all don't think there's a difference between debating and arguing?
Not really.
They're in the same
I
realm.
think that I don't think
Look
they're
at
the same
lawyers
thing.
in court; they're debating, but it looks like an argument to me.
Debaters, when you're in a debate, you listen and respond. Arguments, I feel like you're just stuck on.
Arguments
What
is like
your
ignorance. Like, okay, like
point
you're not
is.
So
seeing,
they're not the
you're
same?
seeing, like,
So they're not the same.
Nah, I'd be
Yeah.
stuck on my topic
I
when
don't
I'm
think
talking
they're
to
the
Bobby.
same. I'm not saying they're the same, but it can go hand in hand because like it can come off the same way. Because debating, some people debate and it sounds like an argument. Because it can be
So when like
perceived
tensions get
differently.
high, you mean like
It could be
That's-
perceived differently. Like
That's a case by case thing, though. I'm saying in general, debating, because me and Wale have debated
yeah, you're right. You're right.
multiple times. Like I'm talking about off camera. We've debated multiple times on things. We've never argued really, though. That it's a different layer to arguing, because now we're arguing. There's chances of insulting coming into play. There's chances of different things being put into the conversation. Whereas a debate is a fixed conversation on whatever the topic actually is.
So
So I
you
don't think
never
it's the same thing.
argued with a friend?
Have I ever argued with a friend? Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you still could use that as like an example instead of just relationships, is what I'm just getting my point to. Because we were just focused on relationships for.
No, I agree. No, I agree with that. I agree.
I
with
mean, when it comes out to friends, like I just know to give them space. There's no like it's different from relationships because it's like there's no emotional tie like how it is for a relationship. Like there's not as much feelings involved and emotions like running through you. But when it comes out to
It's
when it comes
different
out, no,
emotions.
but let me finish. When it comes out to like, say me and my friend get into something, like say it's through text, I would just stop texting her. Like I would just give her a space. Like, you know, but when it comes out to someone that you have emotion for, it's just like, why you stop answering? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of dynamic. That's what I'm trying to say.
But
yeah,
would it be better if they, instead of stop answering, just be like, hey, I'm gonna stop answering right now, and I need
because I know, like, okay, like we're gonna get to a common ground eventually. Like, it's not you ghosting me, and it's not me overthinking. It's not me feeling like, okay, are we done or what we not? What we doing? And most men don't know how to communicate, which is why mental health.
Well, wait.
True.
I will say though, to that point, it's like I think we kind of mentioned it on the emotion versus logic episode, but like there are a decent amount of men who don't know how to communicate properly, especially with women. But part of that is also because women don't give them the safe space and listen enough to allow the men to be able to communicate well. If a guy feels like, oh, well, if I try to communicate with her, she's going to turn it into an argument, or if I try to communicate with her, she's going to say I'm being too emotional, he's going to shut down his emotions and just deal with it on his own instead of trying to communicate how he feels.
Or try to dismiss it,
I
like
feel
saying,
like
all right.
Exactly.
I feel like there's never an issue with a man being too emotional.
That's you,
you're
though.
a special case.
There is.
That's not
There
about
I would want someone to kind of just be emotional and express how they feel so I can understand.
Emotional could also be anger too. So
exactly. If you want the
emotion,
emotions, you have to take everything that comes with it, though.
Yeah. So
That's the
Tia,
thing.
Okay, but I could take that. I could take that compared to like you being like closed off.
Well,
like I can take the emotional aspect. Huh?
Oh no. I'm gonna finish, and I'm gonna add. Go ahead.
I can take the emotional aspect of it compared to like the closed off of emotion aspect because you're still expressing how you feel. We can still talk it through. But if you're closed off, then it's like, am I giving you space for how long? Like, how long are you gonna like be ready? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
So
saying?
that is a dime a dozen mindset to think, because again, I think we all here are sensible people. There's a big world that does not think like that, and that's the problem. That's why we're here asking this question, because say they say the nice guys or whatever are either corny, you are soft, you're boring if you're like you show any kind of emotion, you're nice, this, that, and the third. That's why I'm seeing mad dudes to say, oh yeah, nah, You gotta man up, bro. You just gotta not give her attention or listen, you doing too much.
Just balance. This
know,
balance. Learn to balance.
Perfectly balanced. This whole thing should be.
That's the problem though. You go from learning to man up, and then when you meet someone who makes you feel that way to like let your walls down, you haven't experienced that kind of sensational and God knows how long, if ever in your life, shit doesn't go well, you're like, I bet, let me close off again. Because this
Tiana,
is not working.
I get that.
I could tell you, Tiana, from I'll speak for any, if you ask any one of us on or off camera, or most other guys that you know, whether we are in current or previous relationships, our best relationships with women were with women who were willing to listen to us and were willing to compromise. And the worst relationships was with women who did not give a fuck, who were mad dismissive, who were mad argumentative, or who just acted like they did not care whatsoever. I promise you, if you ask any of us or most other dudes in your life, ask them that, I promise you they will all say the same thing.
I agree.
What could men, black men, and do to like mental health wise to help with this like scenario?
Well, I feel like when men go through this with women where she cannot compromise and listen and understand, I feel like that's draining for y'all. Yes?
Yeah.
Agreed.
So in a sense, I get why you guys kind of just want your space. You want to just move like you dismissing it, but really in your heart, you're not really dismissing it.
It's not. I feel like it comes to a point where the guy's like, this is going nowhere, and there's no winning, so there's no point in continuing. It might come off as like, he's not trying anymore because the conversation's done. He's not responding.
But
if he responds, it's not going anywhere.
Like Hashim, like you said before, though, how draining is that when you are trying to communicate with a certain woman and you're trying to have a regular conversation about something y'all are not on the same page on, but the conversation is not going anywhere. What your mental automatically starts to shut down, or whatever the case be.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah, that's why you just gotta step away from it.
To counter that though, to counter that is just, you said, our best relationships are women we compromise with, and the worst is who we can't compromise with. So if it's draining, why is this draining? What did you see in this person to get this far in whatever relationship to say, oh, this is draining me now? Was it because you didn't see, huh?
Yeah, keep going.
Well, is it because is this like you didn't see anything indicating that this person can't compromise in the beginning? Like it was all the cupcake phase, we call it. Was it all copacetti? And when real shit pops off, it's like, oh, this is how
the
you
honeymoon
really
phase.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this is how you really like. Okay,
But it's like, but I feel like it's all a process of learning.
It is, yes, most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Like you can't expect someone to just like you meet somebody, y'all rocking for a couple months, and boom, like she gets me. Like there's gonna be up and downs.
Yeah.
And some men expect it to be like up, and then when it's a down, it's like I'm drained.
You gotta see,
like,
you gotta see each other in different scenarios. Like we like to compare it to our friends. Like our friends never drain me like this. Your friends see you in a whole lot of different scenarios, and they know you for years.
Facts.
You know, so they know like yeah, they know what like. All right, he's gonna be like super tight after this happens. Like they already anticipate. They know how to handle it. They already gone through it before. If you're with like somebody new, they say it's like a month or two, and it's like, now she wilding or he wilding, he's doing the most right now. It's like, well, you didn't see him in this scenario, you didn't see her in this scenario before, and try to like actually solve and work it out. Which I think a lot of people just be like, yeah, they tripping.
I mean, I think it all depends on your patience level. Some men don't have patience. Like I just don't have no type of patience. They just be like, boom.
I can refute that right now because you can ask Bobby. I have a lot of patience when it comes to the people I really truly care about. My patience is beyond this earth. If it's someone I don't know or you're just someone acquaintance on social media, I don't give a fuck. Get out of my face. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say. Get out my
Y'all
face.
think Wale is ranty on here? I promise you, he could be even way more ranty. He definitely controls his emotions more often than a lot of people
Yeah,
realize.
all this shit on social media, these are just for laughs. This is silly shit. I mean, the one with the whole relationship about
Okay,
guys
now
and
that I think
girls,
about it, I can see that. I can see that.
that is different. I don't want to show that side because it's like social media, like y'all got enough to deal with, and it's just try to be laughing up or something. Maybe some little stupid shit I would rant about, yeah, but something on a serious level like that, I just save that for my circle when I really need to talk about and get off my chest and deal with it accordingly. Going to a bunch of people on a platform that I don't know too well, what is that doing for me? I just look foolish. I look childish, and it's a waste of my time. Norm and Bobby knows I'm not vocal too much about myself in the first place, so I'm not gonna expect myself to do that for a bunch of people I don't know or trust even.
Tiana, I have a question for you. Because I heard you say like balance is essential, right? And I like to live by like two things. Timing is everything and balance is essential. So when you said that, it like warmed my heart. But I feel like you contradicted yourself a little bit, respectfully. And my question, and the reason I say that is, how can balance be essential when it comes to like relationships for you, but you're also struggling to compromise and to do something that is beneficial for not just you, but for the person that you're trying to talk to or be with? Respectfully. I'm just
Shut up.
curious.
Just say the question, man.
Like I said, I'm working on it,
Okay.
That's all you can do, you know.
I mean, I don't really know how to answer that because I kind of just feel like it depends on the situation that I'm kind of dealing with, because I want a balance, but I also want an understanding. Like, do you see my side? Is it always about your side and compromising with you? What about compromising with me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
Like,
Okay.
there's some men who don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. You expect your girl to like compromise with that?
I know Hashim and I definitely did. We knew better. We knew better.
Did you instinctively know or did you ask?
Huh?
Did you instinctively ask them if they care about, like, did you just say, oh, Valentine's Day coming up, let me get my girl something? Or he's like, hey.
Bro, I feel like you're going to
be general about it. Like,
if a guy just like, all right, Valentine's Day, you don't talk about it with your significant other, and it just goes by, I'm like, yeah, bro, like, everybody else is wilding out or like giving like flowers, at least some affection,
Yeah, like, I mean, for Valentine's Day, for example, it's like, you don't have to really do that much, honestly. It depends on the person. Now, if you got to know the person you're with too. If you're with a girl that is more lower maintenance and that doesn't need that much and just wants to be in your presence, you don't have to do that much. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. At least just do something that shows that, okay, I care. Some other women, though, and this is when guys need to know who they're dealing with, some women want a whole bag,
a whole banquet.
A whole banquet.
Buffet.
They want a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them that, it's going to be problems. That's on you as a man to know that, though.
Yeah. But do you guys feel pressured by Valentine's Day?
Say again?
Do I feel pressure?
Do you guys feel pressured by it? Like the expectation of it?
No.
No. I've only celebrated a couple times, but the times I haven't felt pressure necessarily. Because I haven't been in a situation where like I had to try to do something that's beyond my means. And also, like, I'm openly a frugal person, so I'm
openly what?
So I'm openly a frugal person.
Okay.
So
as long as you make it work,
is within my means to try to benefit her and let my presence and personality carry the rest of the way home, and let it be what it is. So
I'm a fucking romantic, so I've been told. So. It's not a thing with me.
Before we get back to like the mental awareness for men in like all different types of scenarios, I'm gonna go back with the Valentine's Day question. Do you think for men, is there any pressure for, you're not in a relationship but you're dating, well, there's so many fucking different definitions. But you're seeing somebody, right?
I
But
see
y'all
where
not
you're
together.
But
I
you're
see
not
where
an
you're going with
official
this.
relationship. Yeah. Is
Okay.
like, is there pressure to like set up stuff? Are you expected to set up stuff? You're not official. Go
I have
for
a
it.
follow-up. I have a follow-up question, but we can answer that question first.
You're asking me this?
It's an open question.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Oh.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Tiana.
I feel like you said, it's all about learning her and what you can tell she likes. If she tells you she likes flowers, if she tells you she likes romance, then maybe she would expect that. Every girl loves Valentine's Day. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree.
Every girl, that's a girl's day. And men, if you care, you're gonna give her that. You're gonna make her happy on that day, because besides the whole social media expectation of, decorating the hotel, I never cared for that. Like decorating the hotel and all that. I don't care for that. But if you know your girl, if you actually got to know her, then you would know that, okay, teddy bear and flowers is by default, like bare minimum, I feel.
Question. Wait, hold on. Before the fellas answer Hashim's question, I just want to follow up real quick for Tiana specifically. Do you, as a woman dating in a relationship, do you feel any pressure on Valentine's Day to get something for him?
No, I will get something for him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like, nah,
She passed the vibe test. She passed the vibe test.
I felt that coming.
Whoa.
Okay.
First,
Whoa.
it's just because you said the Valentine's Day is
Men make it
specific
seem
for
like
women.
they're not willing to receive, but I know deep down y'all want to receive. What is it in society for you men that really throws your mental health off balance? Like, what is one thing?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I guess this is good. All right, this is general, but I guess it just imposter syndrome. Like when you feel like you're coming up to the stage in your life where it's saying, yeah, I'm making progress. Then you look at other people, especially in your same space, they're doing probably even more. And you're like, shit, I'm not doing enough. Like, and in the perspective of other people, you're probably doing a lot to them. They're congratulating you and all that. Then you look at the next level, like, damn, I gotta reach that level now, and I feel like I'm running out of time. This, that, and the third. I'm not good enough. What am I doing wrong? You bring yourself down, your own worst enemy, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Good answer.
That's in most people. I agree. You
I
guys
definitely agree.
Yourself to each other, like.
Wait, say that again?
Do you guys always compare your growth to others people's growth?
Not always, but
not always.
There's like, damn, bro, like I'm so age. By this age, that man was already doing that, or you just might feel a little behind.
What age do y'all want kids? Like,
before I said 27.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I feel like the the kids part. I mean, are you talking about like at this point in my life, or like when I was younger?
When you were younger and now.
Okay, when I was younger, I probably would have said like 22, 23. And then now, like, I'm not having kids until I'm in my 30s. But to go back to the first point, comparisons thing is kind of like unintentional, but it's also something you have to like try to convince yourself to talk out of, because like it's very easy to look at other people, the moves that they make or what they post and stuff, and get like caught in the whirlwind of it. And that's when you kind of have to try to have tunnel vision a little bit, to where like okay, what is my timeline of my life and what I'm doing? Not what, this is who I went to high school with or college with, and they're doing this and that. Like, fuck that. What am I doing? And I think constantly having to remind yourself of that makes it easier, because like, I don't know if y'all have heard this quote, but like, comparison is the thief of joy. And I think that comparison shit happens a lot off of social media, 100%. And I think that's also why you gotta try to limit how much you're on social for your mental, especially
it's not even just that too. It can happen in your social circle too. Like you can, I have good friends who I've known since Nassau days, and like we've helped each other and whatnot as the colleges went on. And at some point we're in the same field, he lands a job in a specific area with good money. I'm in a job in a certain area with specific money, and I'm like, damn, he's making this much, or he's in this kind of thing. I need to get there or some shit. What do I need to do? And that could be motivation, but also a double-edged sword kind of thing. Where it's like, damn, I gotta get there.
Mhm.
What am I doing?
I think at that point it depends on who you are as a person. As like a man, like you're always gonna like look at other people, or just it's always gonna be in your face, right? It's like,
Yeah.
there's somebody else in that doing your particular thing, and they could be better, they could be worse. Like, oh, what can you do to improve or help somebody out? It's all depends on how you are a person. It's like, well, I say you can use it as motivation, or you can use it as like, damn, what am I doing? You know?
Mhm.
I feel like it's all about building your mental strength when it comes to social media. It's like you could scroll all day and like feel nothing about like somebody being more successful than you are. Like it's all about how you feel about yourself.
Exactly.
So it's
And
just
now,
it doesn't have to affect you if you let it affect you, you know?
and not only that too, like I think we mentioned this before, but you gotta also look at who you're following too. Like you gotta be following certain things that like is distinctively to motivate you, or to it might be someone that can help you for a future opportunity, and not just follow like things that is gonna make you be like insecure about yourself, or like be like, damn, what the fuck am I doing? So I think filtering what you watch and look at too on social media is definitely part of like trying to strengthen that mental health.
How do you
One thing
filter
too.
it though?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say, T?
How do you filter it though?
How do you filter yourself on social?
That's
Who you
on
follow.
you. That's
Who you
Yeah.
follow.
You can follow anybody, but it's on you to be like, all right, I'm gonna be influenced by that.
Exactly.
Like you can know that everything on social media could be fake, and it's also perspective wise. They gotta put on a show for you.
You could follow the
look
right
at.
people, but see a comment that kind of just make you feel like, oh damn.
I mean, that's gonna happen. Again, that's gonna happen. Like everyone has their own sense of insecurities. That's another thing too. I don't give a fuck who you post. I don't care how many likes they get. I don't care how many followers. Everyone has a sense of insecurities. Everybody that the people are seeing on this episode right now has their own insecurities that they may or may not show, but is there. It's in you know what you're insecure about. So again, it's about being okay with your insecurities and also willing to live with them and filtering them on social media and off of it too. Because they also come out when you're around people that's your friends.
I was gonna see good job, Bobby, because that circles back to helping men with their mental state. You have to know who you associate yourself with. You feel me? Because again, girls like to talk about how like guys are, especially the hood motherfuckers, you know, they act crazy, they this, that, and the third, disrespectful women. Okay. Why do you think that is? Because certain men hang out with that, they see that is the in thing, and they surround themselves with that. They become a product of their environment.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it messes, and for better or worse, for worse, actually, it messes up their mental. Because then it's like, okay, I need to work towards that to be impressive to this group I want to pursue. And you need to do whatever you can.
Because if it works, why would not do it?
Exactly. But you need
why do you want that group?
Exactly. It depends on what that person wants. They want the women that are like, you know,
if my man's wants you, Tiana, right? Let's say my man's wants you, right? And you or one of your homegirls. If he sees that you and your homegirls only mess with hood dudes, what do you think he's gonna try to do if he's desperate enough to get y'all attention?
But you can't think that way. You can't think that way.
But that's the problem. That's the problem.
I'm just telling you what could happen.
Let me say something. I could have a track record of dealing with hood niggas, okay? I'm sorry. Or dudes.
Now you said what you said.
For dudes. But I could meet somebody who is just like, you making me think that I want to try something different. Be yourself.
That's the problem. People they're either afraid to do that or they don't do that.
You gotta come different. You gotta come different. You can't.
When they do come different, people become different for the wrong person. That might strike a chord in them saying, damn,
Mhm.
This is me. This person rejected me, and they take that rejection too much to the heart and change their whole character based on that.
I think that happens when they're focused on the wrong thing. Like you could take
Yeah.
rejection from somebody. Say you're pursuing a woman or vice versa. You can take rejection and not change your complete persona for that. You
Mhm.
just be like, that's the one aspect of my life that's not happening today.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could be doing whatever that you're passionate about, and that is mental fortitude there, and knowing
Mhm.
yourself as a person and what values you have. And that goes back to what Tiana was saying, like be yourself. Like
Yeah, there are
if
7
Not
billion
all women
people.
like that. Not all women like that. Like,
Yeah,
To
hmm?
Oh no, I was gonna say to fully answer Tiana's initial like big question of like for us, what's the biggest contributor to our mental health being like deteriorating? Rejection. Rejection from women, rejection from our parents or our family life, in terms of them not understanding us or not accepting us for who we are or whatever the case may be. And rejection from jobs as well, because now you got to worry about your financial income
money,
and
boy.
money. Exactly. So
that's the biggest.
rejection,
That's the biggest priority for y'all. I get that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
rejection and all those different aspects contributes to our mental health just completely malfunctioning, because now we have to start overthinking. We start having to try to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to repair this friendship or this relationship or this bond with this person, blah, blah, blah. And it gets so overwhelming, especially to harp on it again, when you feel like a lot of people and certain women, not all, we don't generalize, certain women might not allow you to be vulnerable enough to express the amount that you're feeling emotionally and mentally. So,
And the last thing a man wants to feel is they can be walked on because they want to be vulnerable. And once they feel
exactly.
they're being walked on, again, that's another thing that even
Click.
before it's social media, and you can in middle school, high school, and all that, the idea of being a man is that you don't have people walk all over you. That's
But
the
I
thing.
enjoy vulnerability. I enjoy it.
See, you're a special case. There's mad people that don't.
I can't vibe with somebody who can't like just say how they feel. Like men are very scared to do that, and I get it though, because when you have past traumas of dealing with women who you can't do that with, like I get that. But you need that in order to allow the women to understand how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, when are you gonna just stop?
Some people don't.
It depends. Yeah, it depends.
Why don't you just be yourself and just be vulnerable, and whoever don't accept it, who you don't accept it, like
That sounds, again, I'm not saying for us, because we all look ourselves. What you see is what you get for all of us, but we are not like the majority. There's a lot of people who like that sounds easy, but it's really not. And it takes a while to get to that point. Because like it takes a while for you to realize, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna just be me, and whoever vibes with it is gonna vibe with it.
to feel
And those are
safe
people-
enough to do that.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
That's
But
it.
that's a part of healing though.
Yeah. So I have a question and a statement. So I told, I think Bobby or Hashim said this, or just another friend, but I've been told that I'm gonna say this right now. I hate people, but apparently people say I'm friendly. So
That's so
Okay.
strong, bro. Don't
Wait,
say you
why do you hate
people.
people?
it's an
That's why
exaggeration.
you
I don't hate.
dislike
Why are you so
Thank
intense
you.
about that? Why are you so
strangers. Hate
intense?
strangers. There you go. Say that.
Okay,
Why do
fine.
you
My
hate
bad. It's I don't know. It's just I'm very in a way I'm not immediately trusting with a lot of people, but I've been told I'm friendly.
Okay.
And I am okay, in a sense I am, because like, okay, we're in a space together. I might as well keep the peace, have positive vibes and all that. Fuck, you guys interrupted me with that hate shit. Now I'm like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn.
Come on, like
We just don't want you to put that in the universe. That's all.
Yeah, man. You can't
I'm
hate.
sorry.
Man.
I keep
What they
telling
do
you,
to
I keep telling you that's bad vibes, bro.
Okay, I will learn from this. I'm sorry, y'all. See, I'm being a better person.
See,
I'll
look,
process
your
it.
mental health is improving on the podcast, brother. There you go.
All I want. All I want.
All right, so let's to wrap everything up. What is you guys is for everyone that's watching? What are you guys' like lasting thoughts or like idea of like what men, especially black men, can or should do to improve their mental health and their way of communicating?
They could go to therapy. They could talk, work on their communication styles, talk to their friends when they need to, or need somebody to talk to, family. If there's something that like past trauma, try to like confront it if you're in the right mind space. And yeah, just reflect on yourself. Don't be somebody that's always like, I feel like everybody should have like a time of like solitude where they just like, all right, this is what I've been doing in the past. This is what I want to get to. What steps can I do to get to that point?
I have a question for Hashim real quick. Do you think therapy is for everyone though?
No.
A lot
I
of
mean,
people wanna go.
if you don't go, you don't know.
Try it.
I haven't gone, so I don't know. But
Same.
I think I'm chilling. I don't think I'm in. I don't
Listen, you think you're chilling and you go and you ball your eyes out, okay?
Exactly.
But I don't. I
So
don't
you
think
don't
I have,
know.
I don't think I have toxic traits that I have the need for that right now. You know,
But it might. But to
it's not, I'm not
counter-
saying.
Okay.
I just don't want to spend the money, but I'm not saying.
That's the real reason.
I'm not saying it's not for me. I'm just saying like right now, I'm in a good space right now.
Okay. I just wanted to say off of that, like, it doesn't have to be you having toxic traits. It could just be some shit that you might want to just talk about or get off, and some shit that happened years ago that you might not even know still affects you, but still does. It doesn't mean that you have toxic traits. You could be the most wholesome person in the world and still therapy could have use. I was just
trigger
curious.
you to react in a way where it's like, oh, like I need to work on this, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But I feel you though. I feel you, Hashim.
Cool.
Was my turn?
Yeah, somebody
Go
else
ahead.
saying. I'm done.
I think it will help men to just self-awareness is key, and I feel like healing is definitely key for men because y'all tend to skip that because y'all so on the go, like y'all kind of undermine the whole healing process of just being alone and just reflecting on yourself so that in your next relationship you can kind of just not show that side of you. The lack of communication and all that, like you can work on yourself with yourself, but I feel like it's hard to work on yourself without someone else. Because it's like
So
you kind of because like okay, you could be alone for like a year or two single, but you need that person to practice on.
but are you?
Practice
I would
what?
say
I
practice.
feel a lot of people
Practice
could be
on, but like
alone.
kind of just
I said a lot of people could be alone for that amount of time and just not really work on themselves.
That's
They
what I'm
say they
saying.
were,
Like,
and they just was just like,
it
I'm
takes
just
somebody
living
with
life.
patience. Okay, hear me out.
Mhm.
I get the whole being alone and healing and taking the time for yourself, but like you could take that time and then be with somebody and still show the same behavior. I feel like
That's true.
it's key to find somebody who's patient enough with you so that you can work on yourself with them and they can work on themselves with you. That's why I feel like men don't be patient enough with women. And
Some men. We don't generalize on here.
most
Some
men are not patient enough with emotional reactivities of women because as long as that female is self-aware and knows what she needs to work on, give her some time, like chill.
I mean, what if he got to that point where he already gave you a lot of time?
How much
And
time?
then,
How much time do you think that woman needs?
How
that's
much
true.
time
But
would you need?
if the woman's
That's like
emotionally
you say
reactive,
you need a month to work on this, but you can't say that.
but if the woman is emotionally reactive, and it could go both ways, and then finally the guy has enough and reacts back, he had patience. He just He used it.
Okay, so I've dealt with a guy a couple years ago who was more emotional than me.
Okay, see,
Okay.
It was
that
very imbalanced because I was not
yeah.
used to that. But I was very patient to the point
Okay.
where I couldn't take it no more. So I get what y'all saying, but I feel like it's unworkable when that person is not aware. That's all.
That's true. There's nothing
I'm
I can
very
say about
aware,
that.
but I need to work on. Like I just need some time.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you need some time, but are you giving him time? See?
Wait, what?
See? Can't
What
be
you said?
contradictory, Tiana. Can't be contradictory.
But I didn't hear that last part. What you said?
I said, so you need some time for your healing, but are you gonna give him time? You can't contradict yourself there.
He brought the glasses.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Balance, right?
Coincidence? I think not.
Whatever.
Oh,
Alright,
you're gonna love the clip I put after that. But
Wale, what? Oh, Wale, what are your last thoughts?
my last thought is speak your mind to people you trust. Don't be afraid to show your emotions. Know yourself. And in the case of rejection, it's a matter of one door just closed in your life. Okay, there are many more doors in your life to try. So yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're human. You can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
For me, lasting thoughts. Rejection. I didn't get my lasting thoughts.
Oh, sorry.
Somebody snapped
Oh,
it.
I should make a face.
I just did
I
this.
didn't make no face. I just did
No.
this for Wale. I was laughing.
Oh, my fault. My apologies.
Damn.
My lasting thoughts. Rejection is a part of life. It's your flaws are part of your identity. We kind of get too used to trying to make shit perfect, whether it's relationships or just like how you move and stuff. And it's not gonna be. You're gonna make mistakes. You have things about you that have negative connotations for certain people, and it is what it is. The most important thing is having self-awareness and also having a certain level of confidence. You have to have, I would like to call not excessive confidence, but like enough to where like you know who you are and you know what you're capable of, regardless on if someone else does or not. And with that, you can carry that over into job opportunities, career opportunities, relationships, friendships, building bonds, rebuilding bonds that were broken before, and you can be in the best healthy space possible. And if you have to shorten the people that surround you in order to do that, make that decision. And just have fun too. Do things that you have fun with. You know what I mean? Don't make life serious all the fucking time. That shit is going to drain you, my boy.
It's just
So-
very fun anymore. Like, well, this like, oh, let's just like make it a bullet point type of vibe where it's like you checking this off, then it's not gonna work. And like, can we just have fun? Can we vibe?
Exactly.
Yeah, get a hug sometime. You know, when I went through my last breakup and I finally talked about it, I got a hug, and then a tear came down my face. I didn't know where it came from.
Hug your friends more. Hug your friends more. Hug your fam more. Hug the people around you more.
Get out.
You know what I'm saying?
Women, y'all need to get out your egos.
If you
How
say
so?
y'all,
Some
as
of
I
us-
see,
How so?
Tiana,
No, how
stop
so?
generalizing.
You
Some
gotta
men-
elaborate on that.
Because y'all got this way where it's like, okay, it's a part of it ties into the lack of communication where y'all feel like it. Okay, I'm gonna explain.
Just don't sugarcoat it. Just say it.
yeah,
Okay.
Just say it.
Y'all are so prideful that y'all are like, nah, I'm not gonna crack. I'm not gonna break. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let things sit so that person can learn. And it's not really, I'm not only talking about relationships, just like friendships, just like any type of conflict you get into, y'all kind of struggle with putting your pride down and just taking accountability and saying, okay, like I was wrong. Can we talk about this? But
It's a protective mechanism.
True. It could also be like boundaries being set depending on
Exactly. That too.
what it is. But they gonna learn today. Nah,
What
but
does that
I
mean,
think
bro?
I think it's they're gonna learn the boundaries. But
Like,
I
you look
think
at
I think
yourself, you look at yourself and you're like, okay, like, realistically, I'm replaceable.
Everyone's replaceable.
yeah.
Some men
Everyone's
feel like,
replaceable.
nah, I'm not
I'm in.
replaceable. Oh God.
I'm in.
Everyone's replaceable.
Timothy.
Listen. Here, I'm gonna leave it at this for this. That's it, that ego thing applies to both men and women. You are replaceable. I don't care how bad of a bitch you are. I don't care if you think I'm him, blah, blah, blah. You are replaceable.
Wait, time
And
out,
people-
time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. Don't you ever say that again. Oh,
Say
you're
what?
him.
Timothy.
Get that shit
Timothy.
out of here.
But
Here
you
we
can
go.
say, no, but you could say I'm replaceable, but he not me.
Okay, you can say that, please. Just don't say the him shit, please.
I'm just saying what other people say. I'm not saying I
Why
say
don't you
that.
like that? Why don't you like that?
It
Wale
just-
don't like a
it
lot
just
of
sound, It just sounds so corny to me. And I'm like, yo,
Sound like you're not him, bro.
Who is him? Who is him?
see,
I'm
thank you.
him.
That's why. That's why. Who is him?
I'm
What?
him.
Finish your
I'm
sentence.
I'm that guy. That's what it means. I'm
Get
that
that
guy.
alpha mentality out your brain.
It's not even alpha mentality. It's just yo.
Y'all be
I'm
thinking
him.
y'all alpha man. Okay.
I'm
I could-
saying y'all. Yeah. Oh my god.
Listen,
yo.
we're gonna wrap. Listen. Wait. Listen, before we get off the rails, I'm gonna wrap things up. Okay. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Just saying.
everyone is replaceable. Okay, whether you're men, women, in relationships, friendships, you are replaceable. So don't have the ego mentality that you're not, and that will help you with mental health too.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I want to thank everyone for watching. We have a lot of content. We might break it up into two. We might do one big episode. We will decide on that. But thank you guys for watching so much. Big shout out to my co-host Hashim, to Wale, our great editor, and to our lovely special guest Tiana. She
Thank
brought
you for
so much.
having me, guys.
Yes, she brought so much to the episode. She has her own podcast as well. If you want to plug it real quick.
The Inside Tea.
Yes. If she wants, we could be guests on there. You know what I'm saying? No pressure. You know what I mean? I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Just a fitness
But-
page too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been active on that, but chill.
Oh my.
But
I
with
tried to
my
help.
podcast, like I like to link up in person, but like I mean, we could probably do this Zoom thing too.
If y'all want an HBCU Inside the Tea collab, let us know. We will do it. Like, comment, and subscribe the video. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on TikTok. Hashim runs our TikTok, the HBCU podcast. Follow us on Instagram, HBCU3. You all see our individual socials there. And thank you for watching. We'll see y'all soon. We out of here.
Happy Black History Month.
Oh, it's over in like 3 days, 2 days.
I know, but still.
Bye, guys.